friends playing a game called Chicken Police. Paint it red. I have not won this game yet. I played through this game a little bit. It's a fun game. Other people have seen me play it. It has one of the best songs in the ever. Also, it could be a bit uncomfortable to some people. It's a bit of a warning for that.
Oh, my screen flashed again.
Yes, I'm.
I forgot how squishy my table is.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me.
Kind of a catchy little tune, isn't it?
Give me a second, making sure.
Yeet.
Yeah, it's working.
I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness.
Yeah, 52.
For all the
1,000
gods,
damage.
what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
Burst in crime. Yeah, it only does me.
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
Needs the energy.
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Oh, it is a rage. Okay.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame.
It can be thrown.
Am I that easy to read?
It makes a detonation.
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in,
Get the sledgehammer.
would you like a drink?
Give me a
The
second.
wolf sledge drops from wolf.
Again, to people who are listening, my friends who play Warframe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because we're nerds.
I don't usually drink.
The Aurora frames.
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
You said you had you have a beacon for Wolf?
I think I have one left, but I don't have it on my gear.
Give me a second. I need to turn this down.
Is he hard to fight?
Let's see, audio settings.
Um,
Oh, it's pretty far down. I think I need to.
He is basically a walking tank,
Yeah.
from what I remember.
Think of
Yeah, I need to do
him
it in
as
my
more of a damage sponge
Volume
stalker.
mixer.
So bring
Yeah.
Mesa. Got it.
What
my
better way
answer.
to what better way to counter a damage sponge than bring a bullet hose?
Okay.
Right?
Mhm. My answer to every problem in life, bring Mesa.
Yep. Especially when you have her peacemakers spec'd out to be like freaking
Anyway,
Eidolon
yeah.
killers.
I don't even know where the
Anyway,
key
yeah,
is.
Blue. I'm
Whatever's
surprised you're playing
inside
back
is gonna
playing this
stay there
for a while
forever.
since you touched it.
Well, I even uninstalled it, and I haven't won it yet. I want to win it, so I felt, I'll just stream it and try to win it that way.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. Are you starting over? Or...
Yeah, I started over.
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window.
Our entry
And
point is
finally,
right over
they
here.
painted it on the wall of the house in giant red
Might have
letters.
picked it up.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask
Yeah,
you
like I
some
said.
routine questions.
Thank you.
Please,
No worries.
that's why I'm here.
Oh. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna try that again.
I must be cautious and
Physically
smart.
have to hold
This
it?
dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage.
For the
But I
ability
must
thing?
be careful about what I
Yeah,
say to
'cause,
her, or I can scare her
I think
off.
that's what creates the range.
Let's start gently, and when the time comes,
Or,
we can
yeah,
go in
increases the
hard.
range, I should say. Because it seemed to
Who
do a
exactly are
significant
you,
amount
ma'am?
of damage as soon as I was holding
I'm
it.
not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're
I didn't think
important
you would
enough
have
to
to
deal
keep
with such a
holding it after
delicate
you
matter,
casted it.
right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more.
Oh, that is a
This
blue
means
sponge.
simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart.
Ooh, the
Tell
way
me,
the
can you
Naruto
even
looks,
swim?
Believe
how my
me,
mag looks is
this
pretty
is
cool.
just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
This, that, and that. There we go.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Just love how they're
Look,
constantly taking damage.
I
while
don't
walking
want to
on the floor.
answer that.
Right.
I'm here on
Yeah.
behalf of my employer,
I remember
and not on
the wolf
personal
showed
business.
up,
Fair
One
point,
time with
Deborah. Let's
Bucky,
try a different approach.
and we were fighting the guy for like half an hour.
Oh my. Whew.
Yeah.
Why did
I
you
think
have to
since
visit
then
me
they
this
did nerf
particular
him a bit,
evening?
but I'm not sure.
I have my reasons.
Yeah, I
I
also
may look like a silly
wasn't
little
exactly
fawn,
at
and maybe
full
I
power
am,
at that
but I
point
still have common sense.
but still,
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
the fact that he could
This
pretty much
day is
one-shot us
essential
if
to
we
my
weren't careful.
mistress, and she thought it's
God,
also
yeah.
important to you.
A message in itself, for sure.
I wish I
But
fought
to be
him,
honest,
when he came
even
out.
you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a
If you
compliment,
want, I could
even if it
throw
wasn't
on
meant as such.
The wolf beacon I do have, and bring them out in the next mission.
Were you born and raised in
And
Clawville?
then,
Why
then
do you
Alad
ask?
V upgraded him with
I couldn't think of
sentient
anything better.
technology and
Well,
made him even
I'm not
stronger.
from around here. I'm from Grassmore. Maybe you could hear I have a slight accent.
If you have
Do you
to,
know where it is?
I'll just
Where what is?
be sure to remember to bring
Grassmore, of course.
Mesa.
Oh, that. Don't worry
Because
about it.
bullet hose.
For the wild ones. Am I that
That's how
transparent?
he made
I'm
when he
afraid
entered the
so.
battlefield.
Well, I'm a little rusty, it seems. Let's
Yeah,
change.
he always let you know when he shows up.
Why did you come to
That's
visit
all
me?
you would hear
Why not your employer
Is
herself?
this.
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those
He also
unwanted
tended
messages.
to spawn with the
and everyone
inmate
knows
guys
who
that
she
film
is.
novels, which were quite
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah.
Person apparently.
Thank you, by the way. We're finally
wanna stay
getting
there.
somewhere. We
I don't
avoided the
blame him
point
in a
long
way.
enough.
Yeah.
Deborah's hiding
Last
something,
person.
no question. Let's focus on
Copped
that.
out early too.
Okay, let's see here.
What do you want from me?
Me?
Change frames.
Oh,
to
don't
a
be
more
silly,
suitable
Deborah.
one for-
I mean your employer. I was just talking to
Yeah,
her.
I think
Miss
Barrow
Katsenko
sells
thinks
the
you're a
beacons
great
sometimes.
detective.
Did she also
that's the
give
way to
you
get it.
the lockpick?
Please, could you let this
Barrow
go?
continued.
I'm re-
Sorry, sweetheart. I'm just
Yeah, I
teasing
think
you.
you're right.
As soon as I saw you, you were forgiven.
Either way.
That's very
They should
nice
probably
of
offer it
you.
up.
It has nothing to do with being nice, Deborah, but
That'd
you're
be
welcome.
nice.
I got the next.
Have you ever felt truly vulnerable?
Sayonara.
Honestly,
Oh, for the
very often, Mr. Featherland.
Great, because that's exactly how I feel right now, Deborah.
I'm sorry if it's
Yep.
too unpleasant for
Mesa-
you,
do
but we
Mesa
had no one
Prime.
else to turn to.
You know, I get that
Nice
a lot,
choice.
and it never ends well.
Do you like
I'm
happy
bringing a little
endings?
butterfly.
Not in books or movies, but in real life it would be nice for a change. But this is Clawville. Not many happy endings around here.
Great.
I knew you were
You'll
romantic
see
at
why I
heart.
call Titania
If what's
a
between
butterfly.
me and my whiskey could be called romance,
Oh, yeah,
then
Titania's
yes,
pretty good.
maybe,
Right?
a little.
I only have the base version. Huh. Because when I had
Tell me, Deborah,
front version.
Because my mistress trusts you.
should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart.
Skin for
Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the
because it's
world.
nice to see what actually looks
Smart answer.
like time.
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
I did pretty good, actually. Impressive.
Got one of those ones. Got Stalker Beacon.
You don't.
Oh, what in the world?
Doesn't
Of
look
course
like
it'd be
at the
John
moment.
Doe.
Except in
It
here,
sounds
I'm
like you
gonna
know the character.
I'm gonna see if I can get one from Nora.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos,
so-
flashing
hello,
lights,
Silas.
fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555 111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when
Alright, there
deciding
are,
whether or
like,
not to
new,
accept my assignment.
Melee weapons.
Miss
from
Ibanez
the
is a trusted friend. Treat her as
Oh
gentle.
yeah, when you beat the new war, that's 3 new melee weapons. And
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a
cosmetic
blackjack.
drifter.
Reality
Yeah, I did
tilted.
get the
Molly.
drifter.
Good gods.
Yeah.
What was her name doing there?
Ones.
I glanced at the opposite wall.
I'm ready
with the
for
well-worn picture frames.
My girlfriend to go through that stuff.
Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light.
Mr. Featherland?
Which relay did you want to go
Santino,
to?
are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
Vero
I don't know
Kishira's
anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you.
be
She
up on tomorrow though.
Yeah. Right. Wow, it's
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
blackmail.
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
back
visit
on
me?
Not you,
the
Miss
main-
Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find
Sorry.
her at the Czar Club.
Worries.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind?
It's all on
That
you
she's
on that one.
especially unsociable?
I honestly thought
Or
I
does
had
she
it.
only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But
as they say.
she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I wanna
I'm
get
sure you'll have
Caliban. I
no
wanna go
trouble
ahead and
finding
waste the
Miss
plat I
Katsenko.
just got to get
But
'em.
there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess.
I don't.
Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Yeah.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please,
Because
call me
friendly
Sonny.
type-
It was a
friendly
pleasure to
sentence.
meet you, Mr. I mean, Sonny.
So much fun.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
I still have to collect Revenant parts.
Okay.
Also, I thought I had Urelli. In a way, I'm kind of glad I don't.
I already
is a
forgot the number.
very
Give me a
interesting
second.
and oddly fun frame to use.
Yeah, she's fun in
Five,
certain aspects.
five.
Just don't expect survivability.
Yeah, it depends on how you build her, I guess, right?
Yeah. I'll say that it does depend on where. Corpus, you might as well kiss your frame goodbye.
Yeah.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
Of course not, Sonny. Old friend. What's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
You want to keep going, or do you want to take a break?
Anything. Just a minute.
Trying to see something. here.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a
Never
quick
had
hop.
my morphing.
The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance.
Captured.
It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore.
But it is.
The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident
Yeah.
of this enormous place.
where it tasks you to basically gather.
Thanks for being so quick,
Find
Lewis.
and gather
Can you
your
drive Miss
abilities and
Ibanez home?
abilities.
I have some things to take
First
care
part is
of.
kind of stealthy because you're
Of course, Sonny.
basically
You know anything
forced
for you.
to sneak around it.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
As you're
Don't
just
mention it.
armed with your hands.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
I think I got like one more mission left in here.
My last cigarette.
Okay.
You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
I'll still show you.
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Oh yes! Have he shot you?
Oh, it's just us two in this one? Wow.
Oh boy. Well, good thing I brought the Oma.
Books I'm never going to read. Maybe nobody ever has.
That's surprising. It is that time of the night.
I wanted to travel the world
Look
when
at
I
how
was a
pretty
kid,
this I made
but I
this
think I'm
thing
gonna end
look.
up dead in here, whether I like it or not. This
There's
is
somebody.
this is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life. Before Molly left me
Yeah, we have
and
Frendo.
took our daughter.
Friendo is good.
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press,
teabag
radio
to assert
interviews, and
dominance.
even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course,
That is
Marty, my
until
old partner, would
this
disagree.
happens.
He just loved the spotlight.
Well,
The good things
Murder
in
flight
life
mode,
don't
go.
last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
Okay, why is it things keep flashing in this mission
Behind
every
that
time we go
door
into it
lies
now?
the kingdom
know.
of dirty
I don't know.
clothes,
Like, I feel
cigarette
like
butts, and
something's
empty
trying to
bottles.
spawn, but like whatever we're doing just keeps
Could I ask you
preventing
a
it.
few more questions?
I know, right? Like, what the hell?
Because this isn't the first time it's done that to me.
Yeah, and for us, the last 3 times we did this mission, it did
So,
that.
Ibn Wessler, eh? You know you could have dropped the bomb a little earlier.
If I started with that, I'm sure you would have thrown me out.
You're right.
Am I marked?
He's one of the
I
most
know I should be
dangerous
marked by the
gangsters in the
stalker.
city.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
I
I'm
only
marked.
know he's an influential businessman.
I know I'm
Isn't
marked
that
by
the
something,
same?
but I don't know
Not
what.
even you can see the world as that black and white.
No, you're not. You are clear from marks.
Green Lantern, yes, he can.
That
Okay,
we know
let's-
of.
Yeah, unless somebody comes in with like a opposite syndicates.
Yeah,
That'll be the only thing you'll be marked for.
yeah, I think parents
It was
sequence
New Year's
New
Eve,
Loka and Red
and I was
Veil gave me
driving,
guts.
half drunk, risking my whole life's work.
So
But
if anything
still,
comes after
didn't
me, it's
feel
gonna be
any
one of those
different.
things.
Every day was the same.
Like,
And the 121 days I
glitched
had
the
left to my
stalker on me
retirement
because
seemed
I've
like an
been-
eternity.
I've
When I
basically
look out the
spanked
window of
for
the hotel room I call
so many
home,
times in the
I see
past
the
that
same
he's
thing
got
every
a
day.
permanent hard-on for me.
A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show
Freaking love this bow.
with a glass of cheap bourbon
Which one?
and the red gown with
The,
the
uh,
music.
The Nutter.
In the
yeah.
meantime, the proud city of Clawville
3
is
different
slowly
types of
eating
fire
itself
mode.
alive.
Quick
And
fire,
we're still here,
basically
with
straight
nothing
arrow
left to
does
lose but our
little
sanity.
to nothing.
While others, the smart ones, had
Explosive
already
arrow.
gone.
And when
Molly.
fully charged,
Does her name really upset me
punch
this
through
much?
arrow.
All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty,
Yoink.
my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with
This
him.
is the So
No
far,
matter
the
what.
only bow that was completely broken.
Why do I
upon
feel like the
release.
past is watching me
Right.
on this
Well-
goddamn night?
Technically, the lens was it. In a way.
But they nerfed that though.
Yeah, they nerfed it so fast.
Yeah.
I think
knew
the only
where to
reason why they
find
haven't
Marty.
Nadaruk
At the
because I'm pretty sure
station,
they,
we'd
they
always
know.
draw straws about holiday duty. Marty
There's
never
also
joined
the
in.
Kuba Brahma.
Yeah.
That is also true. And yes, I even threw on a punch through or puncture mod.
And
onto
he
this
always
bow
took the New
because-
Year's Eve shift,
I
even
do
though
not
he
blame
had
you.
someone to go home to. I understood. 10
Because
years
what's better
ago,
than having its normal
we survived the night the press
puncture,
called the
and
Bloody
then
New Year.
also having it increased
Forgotten
by
by Clawville,
120%.
Not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
I don't know what I want to
Back
play
into
after
the
this.
Lion's Den. But
Been
to be
trying
honest,
to find another MMO
Lions
to kind
don't come all the
of
way
waste my
down
time
here
in
these days.
because I've just been having that.
Just take a deep breath, Sonny, and
feel-
turn on the bullshit counter.
I've debated on Champions,
Just
but
take a deep breath, Sonny, and turn on the bullshit counter.
that feels like too much grind. Like I just
Wait,
want the right amount of
Champions
grind.
feels like too much grind?
In a way, yeah. When you don't have like
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny. What you
the
scratching
XP,
over
like
here?
bonus XP.
I heard the big
stuff.
boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may
And,
not
like-
be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you.
I'm not a
Well,
gold, so I
more
can't
than
go
you.
into like
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way,
specific
you're in
areas.
luck. Blood boils not
Yeah,
into
it's
like
like
that.
Malloy is in charge.
to get the good.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is
Might
here tonight.
suggest trying
If he doesn't end up in a cell
Phantasy
again,
Star
he's
Online
lucky.
2.
You got it.
That's
You're
how
looking
it's
for
done.
I'm trying to
Marty,
get
eh?
into that game.
I see you're still the brains
I
around here,
Was
Phyllis.
gonna get into that,
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
looking for
100
Marty.
gigabytes to
Birds of a
download.
feather flock together.
I see you're
And I
still
have,
the funny
I did
guy around
do a
here.
massive
You'll find
sweep
the giant
last
feather
night. I
duster at the
cleaned
shooting
everything,
range.
updated everything
As
last
always.
night.
Hey,
So I
Royce,
got
I'm
300
telling you this
gigabytes.
because maybe you'll be able to
but
understand.
I need to get an SSD.
If this prickly shithead makes another racist
is-
remark, I'll strangle him with his
Yeah.
own
I
raincoat.
have no room for anything.
I'd love
Pretty
to
much what
see
takes up
that.
the majority of the other
Whose side
games
are
that I
you on,
play
you
and
jerk.
school stuff.
Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of
I'm
the ages.
starting not to trust
some drunk kids in
Steam
the
and what they
basement.
say for download size because
Hey, Monica.
it could say
Hey,
that,
Boss
but
Bird.
then
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be
one game I
celebrating
downloaded
somewhere?
said it was like 40
Every
some
day's
gigs,
a
right?
holiday
And then it
since
was
I
like
got out of here.
Yeah.
I can
20
tell.
gigs
But what are
during
you doing
its
here?
download.
Are you here for a file?
Oof.
You know, I'm a little busy right
So
now.
I don't know.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me,
Like,
but
I'll
first
probably
I'd like to talk
see
to
since
Mr. Big
I got
Beak
300
McChicken
gigabytes
himself.
now.
Those
I
two
think
prickly
what Steam
assholes told
does
me he's
is they
emptying the
only take
magazines in the
game's
hole.
base
Like always.
memory,
And if he carries on like that, he's
required
gonna
kinda
use up
thing,
all our ammo. So it
but
would
they
be
don't
nice if you
account
drag him out of
for,
there.
like,
You know how this day
updates
is
that
for
have
him.
been released and all that.
For him?
Yeah.
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Other game, I
Okay,
it's
so just sign here and you're good to go.
Is good for
Thank you,
story.
darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
That I'm also I have been playing kind of I got back into most recently. So that is on my list. I just need to kind of get into the swing
What do
of
you
things
know about
again.
the
I got
Czar
back into
Club?
playing my main character.
Nothing
And
special.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
he's a necromax.
It's a famous place, though.
Necromac. Damn Warframe.
By the way, hello,
Yes.
Jessica, wanna watch me play this? It's kind of a hilarious game. Egon likes it.
And all the big shot mobsters, too, I've heard.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was
Currently
saying
in
the
a
same
mission.
thing.
Yeah, well,
Oh, I'll take a look afterwards, though.
Mort, you scabious beast. What the hell did
Probably
you
what I'll
do?
I'll probably need to fix something to eat.
Morty to you,
Watch your
sonny
stream
boy.
while I eat.
Everything's
Sonny
fine.
boy.
Which is always
A
good.
bit of trouble in the barn. Someone got knocked on the
Been
head
eating
with a
candy
glass.
for dinner right now.
It wasn't my fault.
it's still something
I'm
to
as
eat, right?
blind as a bat. Am I right?
It may not be good
Did
for
that
you,
ever
but it's still
bother you,
something.
Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess?
Okay, for
Is that little
fly
pimp
mode
of a
go.
midget still sniffing around you?
Jesse is a good boy,
if you hear like
Sonny, and he's good to me, believe
like a slight
me.
buzzing next to you, followed
Oh,
by the
God,
sound, what
spare
sounds
me
like
the
a
details. When will you finally
basically
realize that little shit's
basically a
been
machine
using
gun.
you?
That's me.
Oh, of course, if you see
Ant-Man on
me.
steroids.
What could a pretty boy
Just
like
with
him
wings,
want
just-
from me? Old monster.
Oh, there's a Wukong Prime next to us. Nice.
Still, Sonny, I have no one
It's
else.
actually a really nice looking
You
one, too.
understand that, don't you?
Yeah.
Even you deserve better, pal.
Oh,
By the
hold
way,
still
you
for a
look
second, and
horrible,
you'll notice
even for
something really
yourself.
interesting.
Are you feeling okay?
This skin.
I'm not what I used
Okay.
to be.
Okay.
But
You know how
neither
it
are
all
you, judging
like,
from
looks
your
like I'm
voice.
using like a tailcoat, right?
But I'm
Watch what
seeing a
happens when I
doctor,
go into my
sonny
fairy
boy.
mode.
I really am.
Tailcoat turns into wings.
Don't need to,
Oh.
Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something,
I didn't notice
don't
that.
even think
I
about
knew it
taking
came-
it.
Yeah, and she
I
sprouts
don't
a set
talk
of
to
energy
that
wings on top.
insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Hey,
Me
careful
and
with
Sky
that.
kind of found
Buffalo
a way
Malloy
to
is the chief today.
break this frame a bit.
Like I care.
Yeah.
I'll
You
try
know
to
when
speak for you.
Titania
But
is
keep
in
it
this
down till
form,
then,
her little
okay?
razor flies
You don't
goes
need
out
this
to
shit,
damage
and I
and-
don't need it either.
and distract
Sonny
enemies.
boy, you've always been a good friend.
Combine that with
More like a clucking pigeon.
Wisp's first ability to sprout those
Holy
little
wild ones, look what the cat
health,
dragged in.
speed, and shock fountain things.
Hello to you too, Bosco.
Each one of the
I
razor
see you're
flies will
busy
hit
as
those.
always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes.
Twitch, you didn't hear
And
that.
boom. This son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know the lizards
Yes,
could fly.
it's a trade secret between us.
So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual.
Well, not really.
And you?
If you want to
Still
test that
dying?
on yourself, then go right
I'm
ahead.
still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is
So
to you.
you,
All
Nix
right,
and,
all right. No need to
Nix
bite.
and Mirage.
I wasn't
Mirage.
trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of
Broken
course,
bubble.
Blood Boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kind of lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same person.
See, this is a
Well,
high
I
hack
don't think
thing.
we'll have a
Master just
teary reunion,
just get
thinking about how
floored
we
as I
parted.
Let me give you
unloaded
some
like
advice, Sonny.
2 bullets
Let
into
him
its head.
rage.
At least I think it was 2 bullets. I can't really
It's
tell
not
because
that
this
simple,
thing fires
Bosco,
so fast
but
that
we'll
I
see
can't
how
tell
he
how many
reacts.
shots I shoot at
Thanks
him.
anyway.
No worries, pal.
One of Blood Boil's favorites.
Basically
Mainly
a
because
mobile
he's a
turret
dog, of
That
course.
can fly.
One of Blood Boil's Officer Jardine.
Tourette.
They say she's clever. I'm really not in the mood.
Every shot is a curse word.
Honor, strength,
Right.
unity. For the love of the wild gods,
It's a
I'm gonna be
highlighted tick.
sick.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding.
God.
I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
One way to make this frame really annoying is replace one of the
Hey, Marty.
place its
Oh, well, look who's here.
sound file. Of,
Hello, Boss Bird. Are you lost?
little
This is the PD building, you know?
Cut
guns
this shit,
with
Marty.
the
We're better than
sound
this.
Of
Well, at least you
Borderland
are.
3,
Better than
or Borderland
anyone, huh?
2's
Marty,
bang
come on, let's
firing
forget
sound.
that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Oh god,
yeah,
I'm
I
just
remember.
tormenting this Nox.
Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well,
No,
it's a
what's
start.
another good sound
Okay,
song
I've
that
said
could
it.
be replaced
I
for
won't
that?
do it again.
You know the meme where the
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight.
6ix9ine,
case. We'll wrap it
where
up
he
in
was
no
interviewed
time.
about what a gun sound,
What kind of
gun
case?
sounds like.
A personal one.
No,
How
I
personal?
don't.
Very.
Well,
The kind of case where if you come
interview.
with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
I'll share it to
Ooh,
you.
damn,
It's
Sonny,
funny if
stop
I
it
share
right there.
the video
I'm in.
instead of talking about
That's
it.
That's it?
Do you know
I'll have to
how
take a look
boring life
afterwards.
is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now. Hey, there were 4 weapons here. Where are the others? You're not bringing them with you, I hope.
Oh, we're going to a bar, aren't we?
Yeah, that's the point.
And? What?
A buffalo killer and 2 handguns? We're only there to sniff around, not start a goddamn war.
War, bar, what's the difference? And it's frickin' New Year's Eve, right?
Of all that's furry, you know what? I don't even care.
That's the spirit.
It is very...
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hop dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe
God,
we'll
I'm
get
being
into a little
splooged all
fight
over.
too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like
Could you
last
imagine
time?
if they actually
Those
made
were
Nox's,
different times, Marty. With a
weapon
different Sonny.
obtainable?
Well, all right. To the city then.
You don't
That
have
would
to
be
come
pretty
with
cool.
me, you know.
I know, right?
Okay,
realized I was,
okay,
like,
I
muted
know.
for a second.
Let's go. Sonny, there's a little
Gotta love
problem.
Discord for doing that.
Not so
sometimes, right?
little, and it smells too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
I'll put it in meme
Just
shit.
kidding. Sort of.
What a surprise. The 2 pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
Stupid, but I
Was
love
that
it.
Santino?
Nothing,
It's a
sir.
YouTube video.
What a lovely evening.
Okay.
Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing?
The
here?
guy, or
Hey,
like
careful
he
with the
put in
racist
the
barking,
sound
old hound.
for
Oh, it's getting
what he
hot in
says
here. Can we
for his
just
Call of
skip
Duty
this
gun
part?
sounds.
It's New Year's after all.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
I need to
That's
get back
it,
into
boss.
Cold War
To
just so I
serve
can
and
max out all
protect.
my stuff.
Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very
That's
well.
all it's good for right now.
I don't want
It's
any
just
trouble, boss. I just wanted to
Max
say
it out.
hi to Monica.
Making kids
and then
cry.
this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee
wanna play
breaks
the new
usually end up
zombie
in
stuff,
shooting
but
or brawling.
kind of iffy on it.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially.
That
Fuck
was
off
spicy.
right now, Santino.
I did the single shot, and
We're
just
leaving,
a single shot
sweetheart.
itself did
Stay
54
safe,
damage.
boys.
Oh,
I'm glad to see you two together again.
nice.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty.
Oh, you're using
I
the
bet
same
you
bow,
can't
yeah.
wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble
When
again.
fired just
Yep,
right, it
that's
does
true.
a lot of
I'm
damage.
serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica.
Insert
we can
me.
take care of
Now that's a lot of
ourselves.
damage.
Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes,
Round and
ma'am.
round I go. When I stop, nobody knows.
Look at these two simpletons.
They don't even realize their jackets are full of holes.
Because
For the wild God's sake,
heavy
don't
weapon
dare
stands more
tell
on
them.
the sledge.
I already tried, but
Basically
nothing
turns me
happened.
into a Beyblade.
Figures.
Let her rip.
See, look at this.
The hop dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign.
The Nox just got
An
deleted.
enormous dog. Like a neon god with
We shall
limitless
pray
power
to Yeetus
over
for the
cheap hot
fetus we are
dogs,
about to
plastic
delete us.
hamburgers, and
Facts.
watered down coffee. The cold light
Amen.
called me,
Yep.
but I didn't want to get out
And
of
then
the
followed
car.
by yeet.
If we went in, we were
been
all going to be pancakes, kept together by cold syrup.
I love
Marty's
it.
worried look
It's
shook
a
me out of
blessing.
my reverie.
Yes.
Oh, Cluck. Was I talking to myself again?
There used to be such life around here before it became an insect ghetto.
That was a very long time ago, Marty.
I was a little chick, and the hop dog had the best pancakes in the entire city.
Well, since Zip became the owner, the cook, and the waitress, I imagine it's all gone downhill.
True.
But at least the coffee's good.
That's right. I have no idea what that mongrel's doing with it, and I don't want to know, but its aroma is unbeatable.
Hey, pal. Can you hear me? Of all that's furry.
Is this still a thing?
The situation's getting even worse, Marty. Have you heard how the young mothers of the Cobbler District are forced to make a living?
I have no idea what goes on in the hive, Sonny. I don't think I want to know. But you're still gonna tell me, right?
Prostitution is the lesser evil. What's worse is that some folks have to sell their kids when they're still larvae.
There's
Wait,
also another
what?
one up here. too.
Why?
They pay a hefty sum for each of them downtown.
Say where?
They sell them as gourmet food
Yeah, the one up
in the most expensive
The
restaurants.
one they just beat
Oh,
up.
I'm gonna be sick.
We made this
I turned
city,
the Nox
Marty.
into a lantern.
Clawville didn't do this to itself.
God bless.
Don't ever
I
forget
couldn't
that.
see in this.
And he's an Arctic Eximus to boot.
Ugh, the place is deserted.
funny.
Poor Zip.
You're right.
Yep, the guy's middle name is Bad Luck.
That's for sure.
Ping
Hello,
pong.
boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nice.
See how much damage he's
Hey,
taken.
is that how you greet two old friends?
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
There we go.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
Delete.
Ah, it's going well so far.
In
We're
Warframe,
just
there
here
is
for
no
a
problem
coffee,
that can't be
Zip,
solved
okay? Like old times.
with bullets, right?
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah,
No problem
as
too
a matter
big.
of fact, it's quite
No problem
Too
noticeable.
small.
Shit.
If it
Yeah.
bleeds,
All right.
it can be shot.
And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how
And
much
if
do
it
you
doesn't
know,
bleed,
Zip?
That
shoot it
depends.
anyway.
How deep is
Shoot
it?
it anyway.
Bottom
Yep.
of the well
Keep
kind.
shooting it until it does.
Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell. Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years anyway.
And
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kind of weird.
God, I could imagine
bottomed out,
that sound
brooding in the
annoying after a
seediest
while.
joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird,
That's what
huh?
I imagine the thing
weird.
should be replaced by.
Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about
Especially
a lady.
since it's an
Well, there is a woman.
automatic.
I knew
weapons.
But not like
It would
you,
be like
Bennett.
it would be like a
Is this
constant
gonna
sound.
cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in.
Crush him again, even though it doesn't do any damage whatsoever.
What is this right here?
Equivalent. Incubator.
Ah.
The 21st.
Yeah. I think at this point, everyone's probably got one already.
Yeah, the
Well,
entire
that's a
Warframe
good
community
question,
has one.
pal.
Yep.
What insight?
Because it's a nice little segment to have.
The highlight of my
Firstly, when
day.
You want to make
Yeah, I can smell it already. How does he make the coffee here so special?
Look at that mangy trash panda and tell me, do you really
Gotta
want to
collect
know?
75.
You're right.
As always.
Wow. Okay.
The door didn't look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
Mag
He
is
had to.
maxed out.
He didn't leave
Warren
much of
is
it
maxed
standing.
out in his
If I
weapon.
didn't know how nice we are, I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club,
Good pause for
partner.
the day.
Oh yeah.
It was fun.
That
Very much.
Natasha's a mysterious woman, a real cursed jewel,
And I'm
if you ask
almost
me.
already up
She
till
came out of
MR19.
nowhere 2 or
so
3 years
just
ago
need
and
2
landed
more
on the stage of the
frames
millions almost immediately.
to max out.
Is that
probably.
so?
Maybe like 3
Interesting.
more weapons, I
Yeah,
think.
she's got a fantastic voice, makes
Yeah,
men go
depends on if
crazy.
you
But
also
we
have,
all
like,
know
the
that's not
community
what's
booster.
important. Then suddenly, bam!
Does that help?
She got the whole club, just like that.
I got a
But we
2-day
know exactly
affinity
how
booster.
it was.
I can imagine, yeah. Since then, it operates
I know
under the
Sigma
name
meter,
the Czar
I'm going
Club,
too far
right?
for regular
the old
Ash.
click is still clicking,
and
right?
Garuda.
Yeah.
I need to get
The
her
club
on
was renamed
PC.
and remodeled. Everyone knows she was Ibn's lover, but she's not your usual canary. She didn't get involved in Ibn's
I love her.
dirty dealings.
Then how exactly does she fit into the picture?
Check this.
I just
A
need to
few
get
months
those
ago,
damn
the
turrets.
old rat pulled out of his own businesses and gave control to Mongrel Mick and his mob.
Torroach.
Mongrel
Right.
Mick. Doesn't
However
sound
you
familiar.
Say it.
Mick the Marauder, ring a bell?
Damn, that little monkey came this far?
I think that little shit took advantage of Ibn
Did he
not being
fun?
himself.
But I'll still
Which
be in
has
chat.
something
I'm
to
just
do
gonna
with
hop off
this
the game.
Natasha,
Yeah, same here.
right?
That's my guess.
Thanks for the straight dope, Zip. We owe you one.
One.
Oh yeah. Let
You owe me the
I wanna see
price
what
of a new
the
coffee shop,
damage-
remember?
Okay. Whatever you need.
Captured the-
Just call us.
I clucking will.
Thanks, pal.
Yes, it did.
I'm not your pal, Marty.
Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there.
Let's see. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
67.2.
But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that.
I've got to say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny,
Excuse me.
what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball.
Ha!
So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why? So, about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, huh?
No, Zip. I mean, really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
Screenshots.
Adventures of the Nuke Team.
Alright, guys, ready to watch?
Just give me a moment. Nice.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown.
The first thing I see
The
when I
city's
get on
heart
Twitch.
beat differently.
U/stuck
Ancient buildings
step
were
10
defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern
I'm
blocks.
gonna mute myself and I'm gonna go get
A
some
place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird. Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it?
You're reading my mind, boss. Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
Ah, hilarious.
Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah,
don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
That guy scares me. He's a Russian. He's a Russian yak.
Look, I really don't want any trouble, but
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers. Forgive this
That's
line.
not Russian. That's French.
I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I'm strictly forbidden to. Please, you have
Yeah,
to
it is
understand.
French.
You can tell by the accent.
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I get the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
oh my god, not the books again.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. And thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen, and forgive me for my austere composition.
No problem, Shakespeare.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner, but I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Let's see.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so the legendary Chicken Police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. Well, that's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal. Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already.
There's some
sir.
animals they didn't
Just
pick in
try
this
me.
because a lot of them
Well,
were
owns
extinct
the
before they
place.
could.
And,
And they
that's
kind of
it?
used this game
Well,
to
that's,
express that. Because I seen the
unbelievable.
ending of this.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No, no problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Much obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
You probably said a racist word there, Marty.
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Hayworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends.
Are my friends.
They're on the list.
Pigeons?
Okay.
Pigeons?
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, Rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Ah, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real. So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny.
See, this here's the type of game that makes
your
you
sense of humor
makes
is
you want
bad
to
as
put on
ever.
an accent.
You just need to get used to it.
What about
Stretching your
those?
chin.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Huh. Another Lupus movie. Jeez. Is there nothing today they're not trying to sell with this guy?
Whoa, don't be rude, Sonny. Lupus is a timeless genius. Have you seen Predator City? God, I'm still getting chicken bumps. But wait, who's that next to him?
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nah, never heard of her.
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Oh, gods, even her name makes me go weak in the knees.
Watch your blood pressure, pal.
Don't mind me, just women and guns are my only weakness.
Huh. No shit.
Ooh, I've seen this. Hicks Poodle plays a private eye, hired to look for a woman, then gets into some kind of blackmail thing that's connected to the first case, and...
Hey, Marty?
What, yeah?
I don't give a shit.
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Hey, there's Philmar.
Who? Oh, yes. Philmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, and was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to. Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Philmar Lowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back. Two whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
As I recall, you're always bragging about
Find it
hiding your
weird
shotgun
that
in your
someone
coat
of
so
human
well,
hands.
no one can see it.
Sure. Maybe I have it with me now. What?
Well, do you see that bottle, Marty? That's a 28-year-old Golden Eagle whiskey.
Of all the furry gods, you're right.
And they've just left it on the bar. Someone ordered it, got so drunk he forgot all about it. So?
So we're confiscating it as evidence.
Yeah. Well, more like stealing it. But if it's easier for you.
You're twisted, pal. But to be honest, I've no objections. Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, you know? All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty. Tell me, Hey Breath, have you seen Natasha tonight?
Not yet, sir, but she's coming on soon.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wessler?
Sir, I don't want to.
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks yet. Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You do your job, and we'll do ours, okay?
I mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to
You know how racist that company is to him?
Exactly. Just a little fun. Of course, gentlemen.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
When you can't think of a proper insult.
Woman with Ibn.
Just make
I
one
make
up.
one
think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal. Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Roaster Copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Okay.
Come to daddy, darling.
Calling booze darling. It's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touche. I'll shut it.
Good birdie. Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional. Wessler is a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet. How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny, huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley, if you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought. And he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush. Don't you find these messages dangerous?
That specific word is, it's insulting and obscene, and unfortunately, everyone could see it on the street. I'm sure you know they painted it on the wall.
I know.
Well, yeah, it's unpleasant but no threat in itself. I put it down to some jealous showgirl or a deluded fan. Nothing
You don't
more.
learn what the word
Jealousy
is until later.
Can be dangerous.
But I'd be
Most
worried
crazies
about
are
that word.
harmless.
You know that firsthand?
Anything else?
Business going well, Mr. Wessler?
Depends on which one.
Real estate, catering, charity, protection, extortion, bribing cops, contraband, the usual.
Funny guy.
How are the casinos?
Fine, thank you. Gambling has always been a good business. Luck is expensive around here.
Damn, if only I knew that. I heard gambling was illegal.
And I've heard you're not on the force at the moment.
Then it seems we have a fair fight.
On uneven ground, Mr. Featherland. I'm not sure I'd stand on it for long, if I were you.
That was candid.
Yeah, I try to be clear.
Is everything all right between you and Natasha?
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Understandable, I guess. Naturally, our relationship is stable and perfect. I'm the setting, she's the gemstone. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
I rarely hear such poetry, but I understand exactly what you mean, Mr. Wessler.
So, you have your answer.
No recent friction?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It would make my job easier.
Yeah, it would only lead you astray. So be glad that I tell you no. No friction.
Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
I could see someone actually making a character like Wessler and CO, because you actually have a mouse head now, and he's a mouse.
Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? Yeah, I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
He has a lot of money for a gangster.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Goldtown. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend, roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. You're right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
And here we go. Oh, I did not do well. But I got actually I did pretty good.
Oh, well, not too bad.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Sonny. Sonny.
Chloe's still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear.
Word
As
describe
always.
what just happened.
Could
would
you be my little furball and
Yeah,
fetch
what's
me a cocktail?
The more that would be for describe is the fact she actually
We'll have a few
knows
minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
his wife,
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that
his
easy to
ex-wife.
get rid of.
She knows him
Doesn't
well.
matter who's
She knows her
trying,
well,
believe me.
and you
He
learn
doesn't
something
matter,
interesting
he'll
that
do
she
it.
actually knows
That's what I'm
him
telling
too
you.
because
I
of
don't
his
want
wife.
A scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland?
It's Sonny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure. Gee, that is a unique picture. And kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
This is like an old 1940s
I don't compliment
movie.
often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
It's kind of like Casablanca.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it. Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And otherwise?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger. That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time. But the stage still calls my name. And I perform just a few times a year. And always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
The place is very elegant. And, so's your room.
Why, thank you.
I kind of feel like I'm in a museum.
Well, that depends on the kind of museum.
The kind with nice things.
Oh.
Suspiciously nice things. Just like you.
Do you think I'm suspicious?
We'll see about that.
Try me.
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see. Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Didn't you ask her the same thing already?
I did, but I like to hear it from all sides.
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm not too keen on leaving my home. When I do, it's only with an escort.
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to upset him with this. He thinks I'm overreacting.
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
And here's the threats.
What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So?
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty. What about Filmar? Is he here because of you?
Mr. Lowe helped me before, and yes, he was the first I approached.
You've managed to curb my enthusiasm a little.
Doesn't keeping 2 irons in the fire give me a better chance? But you don't have to worry. He didn't find anything. And he's not interested anymore, no matter how much I offer to pay him.
Why?
You'll have to ask him.
I think I'll do that. So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect?
Aren't you supposed to know that?
Usually, yes. But I've got nothing to go on. And you don't have a hunch.
Maybe I do. But first, I want to know if you'll even accept my case.
I'm here, aren't I?
That's true, but I must know if I can trust you.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
I wish it was that simple.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here. Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you, no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator, or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
By the way, want to know something interesting? This is the first game of this series. And they said if the game did good, they would have actually done the prequel for this series. And from what I learned about this storyline, it's in books as well. There's actually books that they want to do. Yeah, this is a book series. If they wanted to do this, they would have to start with the most bloodiest storyline of the entire series. It's called The Bloody New Year, and they want to do that.
What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes?
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
The word may not be bad, but there could be still a reason behind it. And it does sound threatening.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to
kind of
show you
word
something
that's
that could be of a
usually
great help in your investigation.
I was afraid
But
this
to
was
some
coming.
people, it's not a
Why
threat.
there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Why did you name it the Tsar Club when you took over? It was the Millions before.
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of Stavonia. We are quite respectful of our leaders.
You feel that's not the case here in Clawville?
Here? No. Absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King. It's quite disrespectful and rude.
There's some truth to that.
What's interesting about
Where I'm
her,
from,
she's actually
we
former
choose our
royalty.
leaders ourselves, and whatever they do later, we proudly stand by our decision.
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
Don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why. In the end, I was the only one who made it to Clawville. So the name isn't because of nostalgia or respect. More like a reminder.
So, why Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person. It was risky even to send Debbie.
It's too late now. Mr. Wessler is aware of my little investigation.
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's a lovely girl.
She looked like one. So this message...
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny. But if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
Well, probably I'd be dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
Yeah, you're a real angel. So, who's this Olivia bird?
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know if she's sleeping with Ibn.
The thought may have crossed my mind.
You men. But guess what? Maybe she does.
You don't care?
As long as he loves me, I don't.
Well, that's your business. What do you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend and wants to flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings. If she let Ibn sleep with her, it's because she does what he says, nothing more.
That was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it.
Well?
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but...
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
You don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino Featherland.
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Okay. Thanks, big boy.
Nasty kitty!
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
We stepped into it, didn't we? Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
I just signed your death warrant. Oh, thank you, sir. Okay. Okay.
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned
I'm gonna
during
stop,
20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
This is the part where I'm going to stop because I've seen what goes on in here. It's not pleasant. So
this place gives me the creeps.
I wouldn't say I like it either.
I'll stream the rest of it tomorrow.
Go inside.
Textbook.
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
Shut up, Marty.
Okay. This should have saved. And it has. Okay. Oh, that was 6 minutes? Wow, that was 6 minutes. Alright. I'm gonna quit this game for the night. I'll do the rest of the game tomorrow because this game is not very long. So thank you guys for sticking around.